No picture. Well, there we are, and welcome to another day in the Milky Way. My gosh, I was just running a little bit late, and we didn't even have a background. My gosh, what a day this is. I was running early, I should say. I should have put something else up that was cool and interesting. So we'll get to that right off the bat. How about this? Anyway, there we go. And we're going to do the whole thing. And there we go, the Milky Way thing. And tonight we're going to be talking about this book here, The Explorer Race. There's Desert Rose. Welcome, Desert Rose. Oh, geez, I got to fix this. I'm having, yeah, there we go. I'm all about my, oh, look at this. This is really not my thing. There we go. And I got to get the background. There we go. That's much better, but it's kind of irritating. Tonight, we're going to talk about the Explorer Race. I'm going to share some things with you that are really cool. And it's about the future. I don't know if you ever heard of the Explorer Race by Zooks. Yeah, Zooks of all people. I got this book and actually several others. And it was just kind of a neat book. And I really enjoyed it. There were several books, I should say, more than one. And they got some really interesting stuff. This was all channeled. But for me, I think it was pretty cool. So I think we're going to go with a different background because this one's, let's go with this. I like that better. Oh, let's see. Go with that. Whew. I got it fixed. Boys and girls, I got it fixed. Look at that. Yes, Desert Rose. I've heard about that one. Yes, this book right here, The Explorer Race. This was written by Zooks, and I'm going to read a little bit about Zooks. Let's see, we're going to change glasses because those ones are a little bit shiny in my eyes. And these ones here are not so much. Zooks, this says in April 1991. So we're going to go on about some past and then what will be in the future. And it's got things in here about how we were created, continued adventures of the Explorer Race. And who is the Explorer Race? That's us, human beings. We can even look into Jesus, the master teacher. Was he real or not? Zeus will let us know. Beginning of creation. There's a lot of stuff in this book. I mean, anyway, I do have a PDF on it, so I'll let y'all follow along, but not with this part. This is the first part with Zooks, and we're going to get ourselves introduced to him. And he says, no, I've been an embodied planet twice. This is part of the reason I tend to have a larger view. I assure you that Mother Earth also has a world view, so I tend to relate more to things on that level. Yeah, I guess if you were a planet, you could relate to a planet. So then there's questions. Can you tell us about your experience as a planet? And of course, Zooks says, I was a planet in Orion. He says, but they were also acting as things, and he had to find another way. His planet exploded. He could tell you the name of the planet, but he would have to use a xylophone. So I guess that's it. Zeus, were you masculine or feminine? He says both. I am both, or maybe a third, which is masculine and feminine. Where did you attain your wisdom? The wisdom he attained was the same place we all did, from existence. Every one of you is as wise, if not more wise than a wise guy than I am as Zooks. It is only that I am not in your world, so I do not have to be ignorant. On the other hand, my Christmas stocking is smaller than yours because I don't have to fill it with ignorance, he says. So after a while of whining, wisdom is natural. Wisdom is normal. It ain't no big deal because you think it is your pursuit because you pursue it. And I say, have fun, have a good time learning wisdom. Well, I hope you're all doing really good tonight. Thank you, Desert Rose, for joining me so far. I'm sure there's plenty of other people and somebody will be out there. So we're going to move right along to the creator spot. Origins of the earth, our creation. We're going to read a little bit of that here now. Let me get set up. I got to get my light because I won't be able to see. It's kind of dark in here. And this really helps me out. And I am going to share my screen so I won't be able to see the chat right now. Where did I put that? Oh, there we go. I am so good at this. I'm driving the bus and doing it all. I figure if I got to read this, you all can read it with me. I'll give it a little bit larger. Here we go. It says, well, the creator was, or it says, what did the creator learn from his tour of other creations? And how did that affect the explorer race? Remember, we are the explorer race. Well, the creator was moving about, starting as it were, before arriving as a glimmer of our creation you now occupy. Creator was involved in the opposite of what this universe is about. This universe at its core is about individuality, which is why the apparent variety and separation is a function here. Although the separation is idealized by harmony between all beings, it is still a place of definition. Yeah, don't we all like being individual? Before Creator arrived here, Creator was one of the many. As a one of the many, harmony and the blending of all beings was an absolute, meaning that there was no time, no mine, only ours. Creator is not old in the philosophical or self-expression terminology, but is young at heart. And so, not unlike most people, Creator wanted to do something that she could step back from and say, that is a good thing, not unlike the words of your Bible. Harmony through individuality. At the point of Creator's inspiration, that harmony could be accomplished through individuality, Creator naturally needed to move away from the many, which he did. That is how I came to be with Creator, because of my previous experience of a singularity, meaning, from Creator's point of view, that I had a working relationship with individuality. And since Creator was going to explore all the facets of individuality during her creation, the Creator thought it might be advisable, not at least amusing, to have somebody along for a compassionable fashion who might be able to keep up the spirits of one of all concerned. This is when I joined Creator, and I have been hanging around with her ever since. This is probably not going to last indefinitely. Creator's plan for her creation is going to last. Well, I give it definitions in terms of what you have already done rather than years, because years are arbitrary. The point of when you left Creator on your soul's journey to become significantly individual, as well as motivated to supply your curiosity to tasks in action, which really the beginning of your true conceptual as beings. From that time, the leaving Creator to being here now is a length of time, all right? When I depart from your Creator and move on, perhaps with another Creator who is being trained right now, I will probably be 1/10 the amount of time or experience that I got you to this point. So in terms of long time, it's 1/10 of a long time until your Creator and I mostly separate. A little bit of me will go on with your Creator, who will step up to its next level. And you, the explorer race, who are being trained to take Creator's place, will get to have most of me and most of me, and not because we're compatible after so many experiences together, but because you might find it amusing to have me around. Stimulating change and growth in the universe. Well, let's talk about this. So creator did some creating, met up with Zeus, who was a planet, or at least a couple of planets, and created the human race. Why? So we can have individuality, which, believe it or not, we do. Just look around you. Your perspective is different than everyone else's. And we're here to do something. We're here to explore. Yes. So here we go. We're going to go on with this a little bit more. Okay, stimulating change and growth in the universe. As the explorer race, you have been carefully prepared for your mission. We are on a mission. That's right. It is to the time to go out in space, initially within your own solar system, but then out into the galaxy and beyond. Actually, the primary function of your travels will be to stimulate change, growth in all your contact. Although your mission will seem to be explore, to discover new worlds and so on. Sounds like Star Trek. It will actually be in the terms of those you contact. And to change their concepts with which are rather mixed or fixed about who they are in their relationship to what the universe is. There's a tremendous level of spiritual evolution already in place in other places other than Earth. So you won't actually exactly be bringing any new ideas that they can immediately integrate into their cultures. On the other hand, you will bring something that they do not have now, and have what you have is uncertainty. Right now, most extraterrestrial cultures are fairly, if not totally, certain that they possess the truth about life. Now, you can't blame them for this apparent or eccentric position, because their cultures have been in motion for at least millions of years, and sometimes even more. In terms of time, these concepts have proven themselves to be absolutely trustworthy, predictable, and dependable. So you can see why they might have a sense of belief in that their truth is truth. Certainly, if thousands of generations have been raised with the same truth and are none the worse for it, if not tremendously better, then they are going to believe in it. Your job basically is to spread doubt. I realize that sounds a bit extreme, but you have been raised without benefit of the exclusive application of the truth, as most extraterrestrials know it. Okay, we're going to stop right there. You know why we're stopping right there? Because this is really interesting. Zeus is telling us that we have doubt. And then we question things. How many times have you questioned something? Oh, look at that. I can finally see the chat. Thanks for coming, everybody. Jan Soul, thank you. Scott Severity, and Pearl Jones, Delaney Pearl Jones, and we had a great show the other day. Thank you. And now I see you're going to be on Nina's channel. Don't forget to go over to Nina's channel. She is having a merch sale. She has a 10% discount coupon. If you want it, it's there somewhere. Karen Lynn, greetings and favor. Thank you. Let's see who else we got. Michelle Can-Am Free, much love to you, girl. Thank you for coming tonight. That is why the rocket is called an Artemian. Oh yeah, that's that rocket they just sent up, and a capsule is called Orion. That's right. Yes, this is true. Okay, we're going to get back to the read and find out what Zeus has to say, because this is the thing. What is our truth? Because we've been lied to so much. Well, what a world we live in. We've been lied to so much, we don't even know the truth. And it's telling that other cultures, they think they know the truth and they stand by their truth. But we just don't have that thing going on. So, what are we going to do about it? We need to explore, and then we cast doubt and make them think. You have had the truth available to you here, but it has been a mixed bag, mixed with other truths that were believed to be so. Some possibly or partly so, most not really so, but apparently so for short periods of time. You have not been raised in ways that would allow you to feel certain about your experience in life. Now, please give me a raise of hands to anybody who, I'm going to repeat that sentence, who have not been raised in ways that would allow you to feel certain about your experience in life. You have largely been raised with doubts and uncertainty, and you have had to make your own way the best you can. Yeah, a lot of us have had rough lives. You have arrived here as babies, and as babies, you were quite telepathic and could see extraterrestrials, angels, spirits, fairies, and so on around you as higher dimensions. Since you could see it, you naturally assume that those larger versions of yourself could see it too. So the adults, that's the thing, is that the adults cannot see that stuff. So tell me, how many of you, when you were little, could see fairies and spirits and angels? Let me know. Yeah. Okay. Trusted. Okay, I'm trying to read the tree. We are the tree of life. That's right, Scott. We are it. We just don't know it. When we go out, we do stupid stuff. And that's one way to really not grow a tree right. But anyway, what I'm saying is, when you notice how little kids always see stuff, they always see spirits or ghosts or things like that. Mommy, I got an invisible friend. Why is that? Well, anyway, let's get back to the read. I hope you're all enjoying this. The thing is, see, Scott, I've met a being before. Yes, I think a lot of people have. And I think being an adult, I think a lot of people say, no, I didn't. I don't want to admit that I did, but they do. Hey, Gaza Cav, thank you for coming. Greetings and favor to you too. All right, we're going to get this back up and find out what is going on. Why are we the way we are? Since you could see it, you naturally assume that those larger versions of yourself. Okay. Imagine your shock when your telepathic messages to your parents and doctors and nurses and grandma and granddad went entirely unnoticed. Could you talk telepathically and you didn't know it? You had to rediscover that you had to revert to something basically from a baby's point of view. On the outer bounds of sophistication, otherwise known as yelling, to get what you needed. Yeah, did you ever notice little babies can't talk? So are they telepathic? You just have to, they do their thing. I never really observed little babies together with other little babies. I wonder if they're speaking to each other. Of course, I don't really hang around babies, that's for sure. Okay, all until only later did you learn sound symbols known to you as language. Yes, language is important. Okay, right now it is, because we're adults. We figure we have to speak. Speaking spells. So you naturally forgot that you were telepathic because there was no means to apply it to human world. That's right. If you don't have somebody to speak to, if you spoke a foreign language, I notice this with people. If you speak a foreign language and you quit speaking that foreign language, you kind of don't retain it. Okay, although those of you who remember might have applied it to the animal or plant world. Animals and plants have no need to forget, so they are so that they can have the joy of discovery and the gift of ignorance. You have ignorance so that you will reinvent reality. How good is that? Oh, I got to get the picture up here. There we go. The animals don't need to do this, so they are totally telepathic now. Did you ever notice that you can telepathically talk to your animals? They don't need to hear your voice. You just look at them and think it, and they will probably do what you want. This telepathy takes the form of primarily of feelings and pictures. You ever notice when you get mad, your dog runs and hides? Though the words are sometimes work in the terms of their feelings, their pictures interpreted by your words, but your speaking to them does not work unless it is accompanied by feelings and pictures. Just a tip for those involved in telepathic exercises. Now your function in the travels throughout space will largely be disturbed by continuity. You have been very carefully nurtured to do this, and it shows up unpleasantly between individuals from time to time here on Earth. You might ask, of course, why we must disturb each other's continuity so much. Let's see. But you know, when people grow up and live in a school to perform one certain function, if everybody, for instance, is raised to be a carpenter, there will obviously be a glut of carpenters and little chance to express those carpentry abilities. That is for sure. Okay. Therefore, the true gifts and abilities you have achieved your experience here on Earth and are not particularly appreciated or needed here. That is only when you travel into space in later life as a member of the explorer race, you will discover what was a glut of experience on Earth is something rare and precious in space and beyond, on other planets and in cultures where certainly it is a rule and uncertainty is unknown. Think of how lucky you are to be here on Earth. You will arrive elsewhere with the gift of uncertainty. You cannot give them the gift of ignorance because they believe they already know, and they can show you proof that they know what they know is true. The only thing you can give them is uncertainty, but you will not give it to them directly. You will demonstrate the value of uncertainty. Right now, you might question the particular value, but when you go somewhere or someplace, no matter how advanced the civilization, no matter how magnificent their spirituality is, or awesome their technology, people will say to you, look at our civilization. Isn't it beautiful? I don't know where I'm. There we go. So anyway, ain't that right? Our civilization is beautiful, and theirs will be too. Look at the civilization. It has been this for millions or billions of years, and it might as well be. You say, that's magnificent, that's awesome, that's inspiring, and they will smile and nod, not exactly with conceit, but something bordering on it, and will perhaps a little too much self-assurance. Okay, the gift of doubt. So wouldn't it be cool to go to another planet, you know, and see what is going on there? Oh, let's see. Oh, it's Gaza Cav's birthday. Geez. So far. Oh, wow. Well, how about that? Gaza, happy birthday, man. You're getting a little older, but that's all right. Thank you. Wow. My birthday's today, 52 years. Wow, 52. Happy 52 birthday. I'm still older than you, Gaza. I'm still older than you. Oh yeah. Well, there you go. I hope you had the day off, enjoyed some birthday cake, or just sat around, relax, take the day for yourself. It's a day, you know, that you should celebrate for being you on this path, this journey. It's very important. Yeah, I love your property. You know, you don't have a big property. What you have is very good, and be happy with that. See, and that's the thing. No grass, just mulching. Yep. Well, you know what? You can't eat the grass, but you can eat the crops. Okay. The gift of doubt. We all have doubt. Who doesn't have doubt? I have doubt in a lot of things. I doubt a lot of things. I have this big thing about belief and faith. I doubt belief and faith. I admit it. That's my downfall. Have belief and faith is not my thing. I like to have facts and proof. I like to be able to read it or see it or experience it. Who doesn't? You know, but I have a lot of doubt. I have a lot of doubt, maybe that we went to the moon. I have doubt that the world is round, or maybe I have doubt that the friends will show up on time, or I will show up on time. I have a lot of doubt. Name me one thing, and I bet you have doubt for that. Oh, well, anyway, yeah, exactly. Micro desert roads, you haven't had microgreens. Oh boy. Okay, let's get back to sharing this as much as I can. I did find this thing on what you call it, and oh, here we go. There we go. The gift of doubt. You will be trained, or at least pre-briefed, for your mission when you incarnate on Earth in the future to be astronauts, or when you incarnate as an extraterrestrial in that civilization. Hey, I got a question. Have you been briefed before you came here? Can you remember back that far? And have you ever been an extraterrestrial on a different planet before you incarnated here on Earth? I would like to just think about it. And the thing is don't just think about it. Here, I'm going to stop sharing this for a second. Don't just think about it. You can't remember. Remember, if something happened in a past life of yours, you're not going to be able to remember it here. You're going to remember it here, your feelings. How do you feel? You feel like you had been an extraterrestrial? Do you feel like you were briefed about something, or your mission to Earth? You can't just remember. Do you ever have that feeling like you should be doing something, or that you should be going somewhere or learning something? I always have that burning desire that I should be learning something. There's something out there I should know. What is it? What do I got to learn? What is it? It's out there. Okay, sorry about that. I'm on a tangent. I apologize. Okay, we got to get back to this. Not as a member of the extraterrestrial culture, but as an undercover member of the explorer race. That's us. You will then be an extraterrestrial, have the opportunity to relate unknowingly in the ET's culture. You will possess the gift of doubt. You will question your own knowledge, your own wisdom, your own values. I already do that now. Should be really easy for me. You might give an option and then 10 minutes later completely contradict that option. I do that now. I'll have no problem at it. The experience is unknown in ET cultures. You will not find any ETs that you will come into direct contact with now or in the significant future who would say one thing and 10 minutes later entirely contradict them what they had just said, even if something mundane and unimportant. What does not happen, because that what is the rest of the universe is missing, is growth. In order to have growth, it is required that you have doubt or uncertainty. Boy, do I have tons of that. I am a full bucket. If you do not have any doubt or uncertainty, there is virtually no need to change, because even if you have a life lesson, your life as roughly 800 to 1200 years, maybe more, maybe a little less, because life is beginning and has no strain or no stress. You might have a minor lesson to learn that in that life, and you will take your whole life to learn it, because there is no motivation, no constant annoyance or racking of anxiety. Yeah. How many of you have anxiety? Invention of hope. But you are here on Earth, you have a lot of it. Or you've invented things that didn't exist before. For example, hope is an emotion that has no place on other planets because there is no need for it. You have uncertainty here because you have doubt and many other much more extreme things. You do not need anything that involves the continuity of that ET cultures have. You need instead to have emotions. Yeah, we got lots of emotions that will quickly change, adapt, and structure themselves into a moving environment. On extraterrestrial places, they already have that what they need and want. You invented hope because you are living in a world where you are sometimes in such overwhelming circumstances. Yes, boy, do we. That without hope, even hope based upon nothing but the desire for an improvement, it would be difficult to go on. So you invented hope, which sprang out of negativity. Without negativity, there is no need to have hope. Well, let's let that sink in for a bit. I know this is, just kind of taking a little longer, but I tell you, it's one of those things that it's just crazy. You know what I mean? Hope. We have the hope of being better people. Ah, there's Amber Dawn. Oh yeah, Michelle Can-Am Free. Anxiety is awful. Who doesn't have anxiety? Oh, I sometimes I do. Maybe I guess I do. I have to think about that. Don't get overwhelmed. Yeah. Hey, Elderberry, thank you for coming. Amber Dawn. Oh yes. But you got to have hope. We have hope here because so many things are go wrong, and we got to hope for a better day. We hope there ain't raining. We hope that work is going to be easier. We hope we make more money. We hope the world ain't going to blow up. We hope we don't go to war. We hope we have enough food on the table the next day. We hope our car don't break down or have a flat tire. We hope that when we come home, everything will be in its proper place. We have hope for all kinds of crazy things. We hope we can get that book read by the end of the night. We hope we can watch a movie or treat ourselves to something special. What do you guys hope for? Let me know. I know we all have hopes. These are just some of the things I can have. But what is your personal hope? It says here, hope sprang out of the desire for improvement. Have you tried to improve your life by hoping something better will happen? The uncertainty of things to come. Okay, and it says about negativity is a great gift to all souls. Negativity or discomfort exists long before your creation, and it existed uncomfortably. That is, it existed, but there was no place for it to serve benevolently. It could serve, but not benevolently. I can't say that. Oh, man, this is when I need a co-host to pronounce those words for me because my tongue is always tied up in a knot. As you know, creation is not comfortable. It cannot be comfortable. Certainly, a creator cannot be comfortable with some function of creation that does not work with a level of harmony. Yeah, so you women out there, a lot of you are creators. You've created life. It sure probably wasn't very comfortable. And, being a guy, I can't relate to that. Desert Road said, oh yes, Desert Roads, I'm glad you lived long enough to see your great grandchildren till they're older. Wow, and you got 3 of them. Lucky you. Good for you. And I hope you get to see the great grandchildren too. All right, well, I'm going to get back to sharing this so you can read along. I gotta, because that's usually the best. Oh, that's way up there. I'm not that far. Okay. We invented hope, creativity. As you know, creation is not comfortable. We read that. Well, negativity didn't exist, but it existed. True, you are experiencing too much negativity here. Yes, we are. But that is temporary. You are moving beyond that. It is always the case when something is going to be let go of, it comes on a little stronger. At the end, like a rainstorm, it rains a bit harder just before it passes. Thus, this experience is negativity has spawned several emotions that were either unknown before or applied only rarely, such as self-sacrifice. Who hasn't done a little self-sacrifice? Well, if you haven't, try it. It feels good. You might say that self-sacrifice is not a good thing, but many times it is applied in such a way that it can be a good thing, such as courage. Who hasn't had the courage to do something? If you haven't, get some courage, do something. That discards one's own safety for the safety of others, sometimes many others. That was applied here. It was invented someplace else, but it was applied here on a wide range. There have been other creations, but I mention significant ones. Okay. Impetuous annoyance. You then are learning how to be less. Oh, how to be less. In your large concept of yourself, you are not unlike the extraterrestrials and their philosophies. Here you have to stretch your larger conceptual selves down to this density in order to examine it in infinite steps in function, application, the responsibility or consequences of creation, to speed up the experience so that it does not take an infinite amount of time to accomplish. A certain amount of negativity was added to mix so that you would have a gift of impetuous. Negativity did not get out of hand, or did get out of hand, but it does not. But that does not, when it's not universally used in some advantageous way, and when you are not paying attention to the subtle messages of your body. Well, there you go. So what do you think of that? If you're having impetuous, this negativity, did you ever think about the negativity out there? There's a lot of that. And are you going to go to the next dimension? This is the third dimension, and it is a thick dimension. And there's other dimensions lower than us, and you don't want to go there. We're only trying to get to the fifth dimension, the next dimension. The fourth dimension is time as I know it, but the fifth dimension is where we're all headed, hopefully. Pay attention to the subtle messages of your body. That'll help you through it. Lucky Smith's in the house. Thank you for coming. Like you couldn't find the word. Okay. I hope we ascend soon. Yes, Scott. I hope we. Well, the thing is if you ascend too soon, you didn't learn. You can only ascend. Put it this way. You can only ascend when you fulfill the mission that you came here for. Did you ever notice some of these people die early, or some of them live a long time? You got to wonder, did they accomplish a mission that they set out to do? And I always wonder about that myself. One of these days I've accomplished my mission. And look at Brian Barnett, who started the original Milky Way. I think he created the mission and he fulfilled it. Even though we lost him, we feel bad because we lost him early, but he inspired so many people and so many channels from his journey here that we are I'm here because of Brian. And so I think he fulfilled his he made Trina come out and do shows, and he was on Wayne's show, and he brought a lot of people together with good music and things like that. And that's how we ended up here. And I wouldn't be here right now if it wasn't for Brian. So I think he did fill some of that, and I'm sure he touched a lot of other people besides me. So let's get on with this. So for a long run, you as souls will, whether your incarnation on Earth as people or in other cultures in this universe, you take your experience here to other planets and cultures. Let's see, I got this. Okay, there we go. You will help them to discover that there is more than they realize. You will bring annoyance there not because you are being annoying, but because you will help bring about 2% negativity to the other cultures, which they need. It is not going to be beyond 2%. As a matter of fact, in some cultures, it will immediately shrink to 1.25 or 1, maybe 1.5 negativity. Only in cases of dire need for growth will it remain at 2%. But this much negativity will give them the gift of annoyance, which will allow them to make changes. I am backtracking a bit. All right. Most of this is in the Explorer race. Yes. Okay. I know. If you got the other books, you can see the Explorer race. Okay. The question was asked about creator and creator doing. Let's see. We're going to skip some of this. It says here, let's see, let's skip down to this. Are there any other creations from the same source that are part of our reality now? I don't think you understand. This is your creator's first creation, entirely on its own. Well, if he had, if he went around and looked at, did he look around at everything? Looked, yes. Did he learn anything or say anything like, oh, that's a good idea? No, because most of the other creations she looked at were involved in a function of universally meeting that there are no individuality. What creator primarily did on that journey was notice what wasn't in the other creations, and then base his creation on what was missing, otherwise known as individuality. And again, we're on this individual. We're so lucky to have individuality. His creation on the other was missing, otherwise known as individuality, in all expressions, as well as illusion of individuality. To achieve the conceptual application of something new, creators' whole motivation was to create something new. They say there's nothing new under the sun, but you have to consider there is something new. Okay, yeah, we are the new. That's right. I can say outright that before creator's creation, hope did not exist. It is hard for you to conceive of a world without hope, but if you can conceive of worlds where there is nothing unpleasant, there is no need for hope, and yet hope exists now. Creator can lay claim to his creations as having spawned hope. If nothing else, what that was creator's entire desire to create something new, obviously something of use and value. Yet in order to do it, it was necessary to round up souls that would have depth. Anybody born on Earth in the time of the genetic experiment on Earth, of which you, the explorer race, are the result, has had at least one life of spiritual mastery. So creator, right out of the door, said, I am going to have a creation that will be the infinite variety of individuality. I am going to foster a portion of myself that is rooted in curiosity and send it off to explore. Then I'm going to take away its memory of all it has learned for a short time, which is your lives here on Earth, and give the gift of ignorance so this portion of myself can recreate. It is my objective, said Creator to the Council of Creators before she is allowed to create this universe. To create something new, I will not do it directly, but proportions of myself that you know as souls will be so because they will have the depth of their previous spiritual mastery to call upon themselves, as they are not consistently aware of. They will be deprived of the knowledge of who they are by the gifts of ignorance. And because these are two factors, as well as the factors of growth, function, and the meaning of motivation based on the need to change. They will create something entirely new, perhaps many things entirely new. That will be the gift to my universe, as I have created. And in time, I believe, a gift to all of your creations as well. Well, yeah. So do you ever stop to think that, you know, you are like, you can't remember who you are? Do you ever question why are you here? Who are you? Why do you seem to know things? And then yet we're always searching for who we are, where we came from. You know, what was my past lives? How come I cannot remember? Or is this my first life? You know, why do I know things? Maybe You know, we are just, our memories were wiped. We're given a mission. We know what that is subconsciously. Maybe that's what we dream about at night. Okay. Yes, Gaza. Thank you for coming tonight on your birthday. I am privileged to have you here. And okay, you supposed to, or you, who's your channel? Can you post it? Oh shoot, yeah. See, Gaza, I gave you a wrench along. There you go. I gave you a wrench a long time ago, but then you changed your name, I think. I don't know. There you go, Gaza. Happy birthday. Okay. I am going to go on with this. The crazy, I'll take outlawed function of negativity and apply it to the small areas of my universe on Earth. I will allow some of my most experienced souls, beings, to live there so they will be impetuous of negativity, create new things, and find a way for negativity to be expressed throughout all of creation in the ways that work and provide a gift. Okay, this just goes on about negativity for a while. Vertical dreams. Should we go on to the part with the vertical dreams? If I can find it here. Vertical dreams. Doesn't that sound good? Okay. Get on with this. Wow. Can't believe I won't. Vertical dreams. Where is vertical? Trying out negativity. Let's move on to the vertical dreams. If you want this PDF, just let me know. It's the first chapter in Zooks, and I can send it to you. Just email me and I will get it to you. Vertical dreams and vertical thought. You know, dreams are not separate from life. They are fully integrated. We were just talking about dreams. Just because you do not interpret them easily and completely in your life or now, life does not mean that you cannot be interpreted. They cannot be interpreted. It is simply that you do not have all the tools that help you fully understand the concepts suggested in vertical dreaming, which you experience now, by the way. You do not dream in linear fashion. You remember only bits and pieces, of course, of your dreams in the linear way, but in fact, you dream vertically, meaning that everything that happens at once and several dreams happen concurrently. Did you ever notice that? Dreaming is crazy. Remember, get a dream book. If you want to remember your dreams, get a dream book, write it down. Dreaming is essentially the total connection to not only all that is, but all you have ever been, all you are now, all you will be. It is essentially the visual version of thought. This is what Creator had while Creator was one of the many, but it is a real thing. When you have the tools here to learn how to analyze vertical dreaming, you will do so through the function of instinct, or what could be called vertical thought. You are not so far away or from having this too. Some of you in this room are very close to applying that in the completion of certainly, and will achieve it in this life. Okay. This generation will be born now, will certainly even the densest of them have most of all that is at the end of their natural cycle. The next generation that will be born in 8 or 9 years will achieve, at least by midlife, vertical thought applied in their life, which will allow them not only to understand their dreams completely, but to utilize them as a means toward inspiration and to disperse excessive discomforts, which is perhaps the primary function of dreams at their vertical levels. Well, go figure. If you should happen to have an excessive discomfort about anything, even a disease, you can, by utilizing your dream technology, spread this discomfort throughout a variety of expressions, both visually, on the felt level, and through the use of limited capacities. For example, a person could be in a wheelchair and yet dream that they were running or on a beach. Disperse this energy and cure the most lingering of diseases. In 10 years, the generation that will do that in midlife will be born. As I say, you here in this room are well on your way to accomplishing that. This is a brave new world. A temporary abbreviation of computers is really a symbolic means by which you externalize your own minds. Your minds are more truly externalized through the dream world. It is likely the physiologically is the field of study that will begin to apply the vertical dreaming and vertical thoughts. It is not likely that schools of philosophy will do this, but philosophy, the future in inevitability, tried to vertical thought and vertical dreams. So there is a future for philosophy, psychological. Much of psychology, has been rooted in looking behind the vertical thought will allow tremendous amount of understanding of the present and how choices is rooted in the present and the past and the future. Okay. I don't know what you got out of that, but that is just crazy. Yes. Well, guys, I tell you what, I don't know if you got, I see you got your garden and everything, but I had a bad reaction with the grasshoppers this year. They ate everything. I don't even know what to do with them. There were so many grasshoppers. Well, there you go. Anyway, what does it say here? It says, let's see, we're going to creators of creation have a mind of inspiration through the council of creators. We'll go to that one. Okay, we're going to share again. Not too much longer, and we're going to call it a night. Is it safe to assume that all creators of all creations have a mind of inspiration through the council of creators? Yes. Yes, it is possible to create as a creator without being given the level of inspiration from those who have done something you have not done. At the very least, achieve confidence through multi-level creations. All creators who are creating as were, or who are active, have a connection to the council of creators. And is there at the end someplace an ultimate creator or council of creators with lines of inspiration beyond itself? There is no end. Oops, I went a little too far. Oh yeah, no, right there. There is no end. Did they have a mind that had a connection to something or someone or some council? Eventually, everything connects to everything else, but there is no chart where something is at the top. If we had to create a chart, it would be a circle, and everything within would be involved with everything else. Creation we must remember, does not begin with the small. It begins with the large, which are experienced, at least in the universe of individuality. As an individual personality such as your own, you begin with everything, and you focus in on one basic thing. You can hold this focus of individuality for only a short time. That is why you need sleep. Your body has the capacity to function without sleep, but you need sleep because holding the function of individuality is a strain for your soul, and souls need to function without the encumberment of physical self within the many. This is really, really important about the sleep. Of course, you do not remember the experience while you are awake and functioning, but that is so you can have the gift of ignorance, thus recreate some portion of not knowing what you have already created. So that's why it's important to create a dream journal, people. Since its creator came up with a new idea focusing on individuality, are there any other creations that work with which are set up like this one? No, because you are still an experimental level. Also, this creator did not come up with the idea of individuality. It was an inspiration. Inspirations always come from some greater function of oneself. This does not exclude your creator from coming up with the idea as it were, but it includes creator and many other beings. That is the nature of inspiration. Inspiration, of course, also utilizes need. Is there a need for what you might do? You are given the inspiration not only because you could perhaps fulfill the need, but also because the need exists in the first place. Why fulfill a need that doesn't exist? Obviously, was a need, yes, for expression of individuality. In the event your creator was born out of inspiration of others. You might ask, what others? Those others are basically the Council of Creators. The Council of Creators was very uncomfortable with the fact that something existed that had no benevolent uses. Negativity. The Council of Creators was very uncomfortable having a creation that had to be put in the bottle and corked. It made them kind of wiggle around about their chairs, figuratively speaking. So they put it out there in the world of inspiration that they would like someone to come forth, find a use for negativity. Of course, it was a young creator who answered the call, because when you are youthful, you feel you can do anything. That is quite a universal principle to my understanding. Oh, there we go. Negative as growth of adventure. Well, we're going to stop share there. Well, I hope you all enjoyed this thing. It was all about, we should be happy and we should be inspired that we are individuals. Having doubt and hope and individuality, negativity is a gift to each and every one of us. You may think it's not the greatest thing in the world, but it is. It's who we are. We need to go out and express our individuality. Be creators of our own self. Create things. We have these two hands and we can go out. And if we have doubts, that's perfectly fine, because we also have hope and we can create something. Just check out Gaza Cav's backyard. He creates all the time. He has plants. He's created a little jungle of vegetables and fruit trees and things like that. He may not have any grass in his yard, but he has created an ecosystem of everything, from the little microbes that live in the soil to the bugs that live on the plants. So something like that. So go out. Remember, you got to have the hope. Hope tomorrow is a better day, and then create something good. Hey, Steve, thanks for coming. Slightly Slanted Sleuth for Truth. You had a great show with that gal on. Man, I'd like to get her on my show too. She was awesome. Give you a thumbs up on that. I couldn't stop listening. I was just glued to that today. I'm glad I caught you. Anyway, this has been really interesting. So think about it. Negativity is not a bad thing. You have to be negative about something in order to create change. And then when you create change, that makes things better. So if you weigh it out, it's all good. It's all good, because you are an individual. And at night when you're sleeping, we all collectively get together. Let's meet on the purple planet, Okay, with that, I'm going to bid you all adieu, because it's been a good night. And I'm glad I came on doing a live tonight. Yep. Good night, everybody. Thank you for coming. Remember, go out, be the frequency you want to receive. I love you all, everybody. Peace, everybody. There we go. And there was another show to bag. Woohoo!